Hi everybody. So this is my second attempt at this little video. I tried shooting it while I was sorting it, and I moved the camera in the middle of that and cut myself off very early in, so poo happens. It's late. I wanted to get this done earlier today, and I didn't. I had all sorts of stuff going on today, which is a massive change from the regular. This is just my ill-gotten gains from our past draft. Couple of things I wanted to mention that I tried to mention the first time through, but Trigon of Rage, really good in draft. I like it. Even if you're off color, it's a really good card to take. Yeah, I ended up hate drafting a White Sun Zenith during it. I ended up taking it later out of the prize pool. The way where I draft we do prizes is that you draft. At the end of the draft, all of your rares and foils go into a prize pool except for one keeper. And it works pretty well overall. I've heard some people try to, push us towards sanctioned draft and all this other stuff. And the most amazing argument I heard on that is some fool, yeah, I'm going to call him a fool right here and now, talking about how sanctioned draft will make the younger players better players. And I'm like, okay, how? And the crux of his argument was it will make them better players because you will have a different prize support structure. And I'm like, that doesn't make someone a better drafter. It really doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I started getting decent at draft, my incentive was playing Magic Online, where you could easily spend a lot of money drafting, and if you didn't get good at it, you were gonna spend a crap ton of money to draft. And being able to draft 24/7 was yeah. But I don't play Magic Online that much these days, largely on account of the fact that I once had a moderator on Magic Online tell me that a Russian reversal joke was hate speech. That just blew my mind. I logged in, there was a bunch of guys making Chuck Norris jokes of all things, and the moderator, they're called orcs on Magic Online, the moderator comes in and goes, if the Chuck Norris jokes don't stop, I'm going to mute the room. Meaning he just shut down all chat in the room for a few minutes. And he says that in and I just built out, in Soviet Russia, chat moderates orc. And then this moderator personal messaged me telling me that hate speech is a violation of the code of conduct. And I'm like, what? And then I got in this big argument with the moderator, who claimed he was skipping out on his lunchtime to continue this argument. And this guy, I want to say, I'm not going to name names because I do link these videos on the Wizards message boards. And I know in the Magic Online section of the message boards, you're not allowed to, name names, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not going to. But needless to say, if I ever saw this orc in person, the first thing I'd ask him is, what the hell were you thinking? Or were you even thinking? And if he didn't give me a really good answer and he tried to get all defensive at that point, there's a very good chance I just try to slap the stupid out of him. I don't expect to succeed, but I expect it would improve my morale greatly. Speaking of people that you want to slap the stupid out of, I mentioned a couple weeks ago that there's a fellow who showed up at my FLGS who claimed he played 20 years ago and then got out of the game right around, I want to say, what was he said? It was right around the Antiquities, Dark, Fallen Empires. He said he got out right around his Fallen Empires was about to come out or something like that. And he said he played the game 20 years ago, which was an amazing feat considering the game's only been out for 18. So, I told him repeatedly it was not out 20 years ago, and he shows up again last night, and the subject came up, and he was actually very cordial about it. He said he looked it up, and he was wrong, that his memory was just faulty because it had been so long ago. And it's actually nice to see people just sit there and say, yeah, I screwed up, my memory was faulty, it was a long time ago, and I didn't rub his nose in it. I really didn't. Because there's no point in that. When a guy comes out and says, I was wrong. There's no point in rubbing his nose in it. He knows he's wrong. Unless, of course, he's just saying wrong to, like, shut you up. In which case he wasn't. I don't think he was doing that. So, there you have it. Contested Warzone. Interesting card. In draft, I found it actually not terrifyingly useful because I found that what ends up happening with Contested Warzone is you use it once, and then control of it bounces back and forth between yourself and your opponent, and it never untaps because it's never in the active player's control during his untap step. It's like, yeah, I play it, I use it, I swing, I hit you for a bunch. Or a modest amount, whatever. Go. Your turn, untap, upkeep, draw, main, combat. It's me. He gets control of the war zone. It's still tapped. So yeah, I mean, that's what generally I found happens. Is like, it's you play it, you use it once, it stays tapped for the rest of the game. So I'm actually going to avoid drafting those in the future. I actually ended up drafted 2 of them one night and in one draft, and it worked out questionably for me. So I'm going to shy away from them. All right. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. I should have gotten this up already, but I didn't. So should be up before midnight. Cross the fingers on that. Depends upon how slowly YouTube wants to process the video. So for those who are really into the Magic sorting action, I will not be sorting Magic cards tomorrow. I will be doing a quick little rundown on one of my gaming purchases on Friday, the new BattleTech introductory box set. Because, as I've said before, I dig giant robots. And what would the robot do? Anyways, just a fair warning on that. So if you're not interested, you can skip over tomorrow's episode. But I need a little break from sorting Magic cards day after day after day. You know what it's like, fellas. Alright. Be good. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Because I doubt you're seeing this on Saturday. Well, whatever. Night, fellas.